You asked for it, we delivered. The first ever Patriots Today watch party coming up next Saturday night as your Patriots take on the Houston Texans. We're going to party. We're going to have a good time. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you join us and experience all we have to offer. It is going to be something you have never seen before. Can't wait. Let's get started with today's show. Welcome in. Tyler Jones here. We are talking 5 players to watch for your New England Patriots who are kind of under the radar of sorts heading into the 2023 season with training camp in full swing. Let's go ahead and get started. We begin with Marcus Jones. Now, I know Patriot fans love Marcus Jones, and rightfully so, off of the season that he had last year, but he's not necessarily getting the attention or the publicity around the rest of the NFL that you would expect for a guy that was coming off such a phenomenal season last year. Marcus Jones was a third-round pick in 2022 out of Houston, and in his rookie season, you know what he did? He was a first-team All-Pro and All-Rookie team selection as he led the league in punt return yardage. He not only was dynamic as a defensive back, but also in the return game, he was great. Everywhere you put him on the field, Marcus Jones succeeded. And I would expect more of the same from Marcus Jones in 2023. Look back at the numbers if you need a reminder of how good Marcus Jones was last year. On defense, 39 tackles, 7 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. And then when you look what he did at the special teams game, something else, right? Kick and punt returns, 56 returns, had over 1,000 yards in return coverage. Close to about 18 yards per return and 1 touchdown. He was something special, and I think you're going to see more of the same from Marcus Jones again in 2023. I hate the new kickoff rules that have the fair catch involved and you play for field position and all that, but Marcus Jones, when he gets opportunities, he still is going to make the most of them. I can promise you that much. So here is our poll question for you to begin today's show. Will Marcus Jones be a star in 2023? I think he can take that next step. I think he can go to star potential this year. If you agree with that, type Y for yes. If you don't think he'll be a star, type in for no. Weigh in. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Y for yes, in for no. Our pinned comment today, you might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. While that's ads playing, get your votes in. Tell me what you think. Y for yes, in for no. Let's turn to rookie Keon White now. And if you've been watching this show over the last several weeks, I've been telling you that I really liked the Patriots selection of Keion White. I know that there was some people that said, why didn't the Patriots focus more on a position of need when Keon White wasn't necessarily their biggest priority for where they were picking at? But this was a guy that was expected to be a first-round pick and was still available. He was too good to pass up on. Mel Kiper had him as the number 4 defensive end in this year's draft. Second-round pick out of Georgia Tech. Started his career at Old Dominion. He was successful at both places. Third-team All-ACC performer in 2022. Second-team All-Conference USA back in 2019. And the thing about Keon White is he looks the part. And the thing I took away from what he did last season at Georgia Tech, he took advantage of every opportunity. 12 games played, 7.5 sacks, 17 pass breakups, 14 tackles for loss, 54 tackles. He might not be a starter day one, but I think we're going to see the Patriots work Keon White onto the field and be a rotational piece and have an impact right away on this defense as far as I'm concerned. The scouting report on Keon White before the draft, this is from Lance Erline of NFL Media. He said this: athletic big man offering scheme versatility and projectable upside while has a good short area quickness as well as speed and space. He lacks consistency, early phase technique to control the rep, but his recovery talent, hustle, and athletic traits put him in position to get in the action. So how about that from Keon White? Got a few more names to get to, but first, we are offering sideline hats on sale now here on Patriots Today. And these are some of the same hats you're going to be seeing some of your favorite Patriots players, coaches, personnel staff, whatever it may be, on the sidelines wear throughout the season. And we have these three options, as you're seeing on your screen, which all look pretty good, from the flat bill to the ball cap style, the throwback hats, whatever. We get several options there, but there's even more than that on our link. So here's what you need to do. Click that link that you're seeing right below. I'm trying to point to it. There it is. Chatsports.com/PatsHats is where you can get these hats. Check it out. See if there's other hats you like, whatever it may be, and you can get it in time for football season as well. Chatsports.com/PatsHats is where you can find these today. They get yours now while supplies last. Next on the list, we go to another rookie, this time at the wide receiver position, Demario Douglas. And Demario Douglas, all offseason, has been turning heads with what he's been able to do in New England. He has been one of the breakout stars of the offseason for the Patriots. We saw it in OTAs and the offseason activities. And at this point in training camp, he's kind of picked up right from where he left off last time we saw him in the offseason workouts. He has really done a great job. And he's coming in with momentum out of Liberty. Had a career high in receptions, yards, and in touchdowns last season. A steal available in the 6th round out of Liberty, Demario Douglas was. And, I mean, he was just a spectacular football player and a do-it-all type of guy. You put him in the slot, you put him on return coverage. Demario Douglas, not only do you want him on the football field, obviously, make the 53-man roster, but just throw him anywhere and he's going to have an impact on the game, I can tell you that much. The numbers from Demario Douglas last year, 79 catches, 993 yards, just a little bit short of 1,000 yards receiving, 12.6 yards per reception, 6 touchdowns. And if you don't believe me, well, you'll believe Jabril Peppers. This is what he had to say recently on Demario Douglas. Oh, we've noticed him. He's out there making plays. Same thing you guys are seeing, but we saw it early on in OTAs. What surprised me the most is his physicality. He's a small guy, but he's tough as nails. I think that will bode well for him. So, we've mentioned a few under-the-radar players. There's obviously some others out there. Here's what I want you to do. Go in that comment section and name a player who is under the radar for the New England Patriots in 2023. Who is a guy that comes to mind that's not getting enough love, not getting enough attention heading into this season? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Let me know who comes to mind. Next up is Pierre Strong Jr. at the running back position. And obviously there's questions about what the run game looks like in New England beyond Ramondre Stevenson. That somebody is going to have to step up to the plate, that you can't wear out Stevenson too much, that he's got to be able to have some relief and take a break of some sorts. And Strong might be that guy for New England. Let me explain. Last year just had 10 carries, 100 yards, 10 touchdowns, 10 yards per carry. In his limited time, he looked fine. Former first-team All-FCS All-American in 2021, second-round pick out of South Dakota State, or fourth-round pick, rather, out of South Dakota State in 2022. But the potential is there, and he's putting in the work. He's been a standout so far in what we've seen with training camp at this point. And he's caught the attention of Bill Belichick. Listen to this. Bill Belichick had this to say about him and Kevin Harris both. Those are two guys who have taken a big jump in year two. Good off seasons, way ahead of where they were last year. Both showed flashes of good things last year, and I think the experience and confidence with them is much greater than it was last year. Now here's the scouting report. This is where we get into a little more detail of why Pierre Strong Jr. could have an impact on this New England Patriots offense. The speed that he demonstrated at the NFL Combine is apparent on tape. He's a speedy running back prospect who has the ability to rip off chunk plays with his impressive regularity. Strong owns further athletic excellence. The South Dakota State running back is a shifty mover with lateral agility. So how about that from Pierre Strong Jr.? Last name on our list, the veteran of the bunch, Mack Wilson finds a spot here. Now, Mack Wilson We saw him in all 17 games last year, but it wasn't necessarily in the role that I think that he expected to be. I bet that looking back at it, he thought he was going to get more playing time and play a more meaningful role in the Patriots defense last year. That was not the case. Remember, he was traded to New England from Cleveland. He did end up re-signing in March for the former fifth-round pick out of Alabama. So what is it that's changed this time? Well, according to SI Patriots Country, he has looked the part so far throughout training camp. Listen to this. Wilson has been one of the Pats' most reliable performers throughout camp. Though he struggled through his first season in New England, Wilson is starting to demonstrate the type of sideline-to-sideline impact for which he was acquired. Both his speed and athleticism were on full display, contributing impressive pass breakups while getting looks with the starting unit. So he's making an impact in pass coverage. That's a big deal. Sideline to sideline, those are players that Belichick's looking for. Mack Wilson could be a sneaky nice player for New England as far as I'm concerned. So our final question before we go. We talked about players being under the radar. What about the Patriots? Are the Patriots under the radar? Are they being kind of forgotten about and should be taken more seriously? Do you believe in the Patriots more than what the national media is giving them credit for? If you're all in, if you think this team is being disrespected, type HY for hell yes. If you think that it's pretty fair with how they're viewed, type HN for hell no. Weigh in. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. At Tyler Jones Live. You can find me there. I'll see you next time right here on your favorite channel, Patriots Today by Chat Sports.